Hi, my name's Isabella Michaelides. I'm currently studying at the National Academy of Beauty, and today I'm going to be showing you how to create this summer bronzy glam look. So let's get started. Firstly, I'm going to be starting by doing my brows. So I'm just going to be using a brow pomade. I find this works well when you want a really defined brow. So what I like to do next is I like to neaten them up with a concealer. So basically what I'm just going to be doing is I'm just going to be running this under the brows, just cleaning up any edges. I'm just going to bring that over your whole entire lid to cover up veins, which I like to do before I apply eyeshadow. It gives you a base to work with and makes the colours of the eyeshadow stand out more. So now I just like to take a little bit of a larger brush. This just gets rid of any excess. Set it with a powder. It will just blend a lot more seamlessly. So I'm going to be starting with a transition colour, and I'm going to be using pale sort of warm orange colour to start, and I'm going to be putting that in my crease. I'm going to be going through with a little bit of a darker orange just because I want to intensify the warmth. I'm going to be taking a bit of a warmer sort of brick colour, and I'm going to be applying that with a smaller blending brush more towards the outer corner and slightly upwards into the crease. So by doing this, you're just going to be giving a little bit more definition to the eye, and you're going to be leaving this part here. You're not going to be putting any matte eyeshadows because we're going to be putting a shimmer there. So I've blended it out and I've made it a little bit darker. I'm going to be going back with my first transition shade, which is that pale sort of orange, and I'm just going to use that a little bit more just to blend all the colours seamlessly together. So now I'm going to be using a darker brown on the outer corner of the eye. This is going to give the eye a sort of lifted cat eye look. Now I'm going to go back with my blending brush and I'm just going to blend that out. So next what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a sort of shimmery champagne colour, and this I'm going to be putting here on the lid. So I'm just going to be picking it up with this flat top. It picks up product really well and it makes it easy to also spread over the eyelid. So just bringing that about 3/4 of the way over the eye and then you're going to meet where you've put the darker colours. So now that I've added the shimmer, I think I want to make it a little bit warmer, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of a darker shimmer colour eyeshadow that's got a few pink tones in it. I'm going to be taking that and I'm only going to be adding it to this part here of the eye, and it's just going to create a bit more of a transition rather than just being one colour. So I'm going to pick that up on the same brush and I'm just going to be adding it to this part here. I'm going to go back with my blending brush that I started with, and I'm just going to blend through just so that everything is blended together and you don't have any harsh lines. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the face, and then at the end we're going to come back and finish off the eyes. I like to always start with a primer. I'm going to be going in with my foundation. I'm going to be using a buffing brush. This is quite a dense brush and it helps, it's really good for blending in foundation. So now that we have our base on, I'm going to be going in and concealing the rest of my face. So I'm just going to be adding it to my chin, down the bridge of my nose, under my eyes. Now you want to use quite a lighter shade for this because this is going to give a brightening effect and bring some dimension back into the face. Now I'm going to go in with a flat top brush, and I'm just going to be blending that out. So now that that's all blended out, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going in with a setting powder, and this is just going to set any of the creams, the foundation and the concealer that we've used, so that when we contour and bronze it won't get muddy and it will be much more easy to blend. So I like to use a sponge for this bit. What you're going to do is you're just going to dip it into your powder and you're just going to put it on the places that you've concealed. This is also a really good step for those people that have quite oily skin. This is going to stop you from getting oily during the day while you're wearing your makeup. I'm then going to take a powder foundation that's the same color as my skin, and I'm just going to be using a brush and pressing that into the rest of my face. You can then just use the same brush and brush away that excess powder. So now I'm going to be moving on to contouring. I'm going to be taking a cooler toned brown, basically putting some definition back into my face. Run it down just underneath your cheekbones. So I prefer using powder contour over cream. I just find it easier to work with, and you can build it up as much as you want. And then I'm just going to also contour under my jaw a little bit. This just creates a bit more of a shadow, gives you a bit more of a jawline. You want to make sure it's completely blended so you don't just have a line running down your jaw. Now I'm going to contour my nose. I'm going to use a cool tone brown, and I'm just going to run that down the sides of my nose with a bit of a smaller brush. Also just adding a little bit under my bottom lip, just creates the illusion of a fuller bottom lip. So yeah, I'm just going to be taking a little bit of a fluffier brush and going in with a little bit of a warmer brown. This is just going to bronze up the face a little bit and also add a little bit more definition. Now you can go as light or as heavy as you want with powder. You can continue to build it up and create a really heavy contour, or you can just go really lightly if you want. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking the same color that we started with on our eyes, a light warm toned orange, and I'm just going to be taking that underneath the eyes. I'm going to be going in with a little bit of a darker orange and just keeping it a little bit closer to the lash line and just build up that color a little bit more. And this, you're just going to keep the color a little bit more closer to the corner of the eye. Don't bring it all the way in. Now my favorite part is adding an inner corner highlight, and this just really makes the eyes look awake. So I'm going to take quite a bright sort of pinky champagne color, and I'm going to use that to highlight the inner corner. I'm also going to be using that same highlight to highlight my brow bone. Creates the brows to have a bit more of a lifted look. I'm going to be adding some mascara. So I like to coat the top and bottom lashes. Some people just prefer to coat their top lashes, but personally I think by coating both, your eyes look a lot bigger. Now after that, you can add lashes if you want. I have eyelash extensions, so I won't be adding lashes, but if you are going to, I'd recommend adding a really sort of natural wispy lash, because I think that will complement the look really well. So you don't have to add blush if you want, but personally I think it brings a bit of life back into the face. And sometimes when you put foundation and concealer on, your face can just look one color. I think blush adds a really nice look. Now finally, to complete the look, I'm going to be adding highlighter. I'm going to be using a real champagne-y sort of pink undertone highlighter. I think that will really complement the eyes. Just adding it to the top lip as well. Then down the bridge of my nose. And finally, we're going to be doing the lips. Today I'm going to use a nude lipstick, and then I'm going to be going over the top with a gloss. If you like, you can also line your lips beforehand or just go straight in with lipstick. So this is my completed makeup look for today. As you can see, it's very bronzy and glowy, perfect for a daytime and nighttime event. I really loved coming in and filming with the National Academy of Beauty today and putting into practice what I've been learning in class. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this and you give it a go at home. See ya.